All right. I just want to make sure that I can be heard and the game, the sound is right there, because I don't even freaking know. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I didn't play a song, so my usual testing methods don't really work all that well. Nice. And how are the game sounds? Hey, Vanessa the Witch, Arcane Gearsmith, Zion Savior, Rameth, Zero Gaming, my brother from another mother. Nice. Beautiful. All right, cool. All right, so here's the thing. I was watching Ram play this the other day, and I was watching Ren play it the other day, and I wanted to get it, so I got it. And I have made a character, and I have walked along the beach a little bit of a ways from where I spawned, and I have set up the basics of a camp following the in-game tutorial system. This is Windrose. It reminds me a lot of Conan, except for instead of this honking guy, you know, that I'm running around playing with all these muscles and shit, I'm like playing the old version of the skinny little rock and roll guy that I was, but just like covered head to toe with tattoos and, you know, all scraggly and nasty, and he's a pirate. So it's kind of like, so far so good. I'm kind of enjoying that. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are all well. I'm making a big old pot of chili because it's going to be in the low 60s all week here, so it seemed like a good day to make a big old pot of chili. So if I have to jump up every once in a while, that's what I'm going to do to stir the chili. But it's in the slow cooking stage now, so everything should be smooth sailing. Yeah, so this is Windrose. Obviously, the graphics are really good. I mean, I've got a hell of a storm going on here. No real way to sleep it off. I don't know anything about this game. I made a character, and I walked down the beach, and I followed the tutorial, and I made a little camp. And now it wants me to kill a boar. So we're getting to combat for like the very first time, which is a trip. What do I got here? I got the ability to equip a gun, equip a sword. Okay, all right. Yeah, kind of fun. I'm just gonna play for an hour or so, you know. I know Ram's streaming this later this afternoon. He's got a lot more experience than I do. And I've got a busy evening, so I'll have him up on the TV and the phone. And we'll follow along with that. Maybe come back to this later. But right out of the gate, this is my kind of game, really. I don't know how it's going to end up, but I know how it starts, right? So you got an open world. You got something that can be played offline or online with friends or co-op. You've got something with a deep character creator, which allows me to create whatever character I envision. And if it's like Conan at all, it's going to have a pretty rich building system, but also enough bones to hang my own stories off. Whether I'm playing by myself or I'm playing with friends or streaming or making a video, whatever, if I can't hang a story that I put with the face and the character that I create, then I'll probably, you know, bounce off it or lose interest over time or whatever and move on to other things. There's a reason why games like Fallout 4, Starfield, and Conan Exiles, and lots of others, lots and lots of others, suck up so many hours of my time compared to other games. And that is those things right there in a nutshell. First, there's a character creator, rich, deep. I can make any kind of character I want, name it whatever I want, come up with whatever story I want. And then there's a world. And like, if it's procedurally generated like Valheim, and so it's a little different every time, bonus, you know? But even if it's not, as long as there's enough bones in the world that I can pluck little bits and pieces from it and tell a story, then I'm sold. That's like that's like half the battle right there. If I can mod it, there's another quarter of the battle. And if it's fun to move around, if it's fun to jump and climb and swing swords. Wait, Triton's horn. Okay, X button. Nice. All right. Playing Elder Scrolls Online. I got to reinstall that, Vanessa, because I play it off and on, but I took it off to make room for a project that I was working on, and I needed a big old Wabbajack install, standalone, and it was on the drive. I hadn't played it in a few weeks, and I was like, well, I'll come back to this. Turns out I was subscribed, so I got charged again for a year the other day, and I was like, whoa, what? What? But I ain't mad. I signed up for it. I forgot to, in subscription or whatever so that I could redo it in my own time if I wanted. So I'm doing it on their time, so I got to get it reinstalled. So I got to find boar. It's always boar, you guys. Or giant rats. Or snakes that kick. If you know, you know. I can run. Okay, cool. I don't normally play these kind of games with the controller. I definitely don't play Conan with the controller. There are parts of it that I love with the controller and parts that make me crazy, so I just don't do it. But I do play, oh, these guys are a little tough. Okay, so what do? Do I eat? How do I move my buttons? Wait, can I shoot you? That doesn't do much, does it? No, no, no. No, no maximum crabs, please. Please, no autographs. Boars in the wilderness? Okay, I gotta leave the beach, you're telling me. That sounds about right. Oh, they back off. Oh, they don't have anywhere near as much runway as our friends at Conan do. Those guys could follow you all the way down the newbie beach and not even give a shit. Okay, I cannot rest. I'm going to have to turn the controller off, I think, for now. And revert to my normal muscle memory for crafting survival games, because this is confusing me. There you go. That's much better. I just want to eat some of that. That restores my health. Okay. 2 will give me my sword. Or my gun, actually. 1 will give me my sword. Perfect. And I need to go into the wilderness, you're telling me. They have a max tether range, but it's on you, not their location. Oh. So you can, in theory, drag them back to your buddy or whatever. Well, that's fun. I'll have to remember that. Just in case we ever play together, Ren. And you're looking for a boar. I gotta say, the game is beautiful. The sound design so far is really top-notch. The waves make me very nostalgic for home. Little jealous of Vanessa the Witch. Out there in Cali. Doing the Cali thing. Stone axe or better required. Okay, fair enough. Azer dodo. It's a blue dodo. That cat has ribs. I can see that cat's ribs. You'd love to try some multiplayer with it? Cool, man. Well, I mean, provided it doesn't, just super piss me off in the next hour or so. I can't imagine that it will. It looked like fun when Rim was playing it. It looked like fun when you were playing it. I was trying hard to pay attention, but not pay attention. You know what I'm saying? All right, what is my dodge button? Is it some... horse shit? It is, huh? Like underneath where my whole hand is sitting on my mouse and keyboard, like the Alt button probably. That's Conan for you. I always have to remap it over here to my mouse because it's like, screw you, not doing that shitty dodge thing you guys want me to do. Okay, it's control. It's not as bad, but not my preference for sure. My hands are just too big for that. I don't like it. But that's all right. Easy enough to remap normally. Oh. Maybe it would be better if I actually got my gun out. Oh. All right. I'm going to have to remap that dodge key. That's okay. Settings. Mouse and keyboard. Dash. Is it going to be dash? It's going to be dash. What do you know? No, apply. I don't know if the apply worked. Let's check it. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Now it's on my mouse, where my thumb knows what to do with it. Okay. Oh, I've got some crafting. Like I can chop down trees and stuff now? I didn't realize maybe I built those before. Okay. All right, somewhere up in here we're going to find a boar. And damn it, we're going to learn to fight it. I reset my muscle memory for Conan as well. I logged into it this past weekend for an hour or so because Melissa heard about the new version that's coming out. And I told her, just wait, you know, just wait. She was like, nah, hell no. So she got on there and started playing and building in single player and doing her thing. And I saw her play it, and I was like, oh, man, now I got to play. I gotta feel what it's like to do that, to run and jump and climb a rock and jump off into the water as soon as I see it. What's up, Raven? I don't want to bore you, but we're looking for a very specific animal. We almost had one earlier, but he was a little bit tough. Of course, I was struggling from how the fuck do I dodge a Vitus? So, you know, not blaming the game. It's a Bubbles hands thing. Coastal dodo. I guess I could practice on the dodo, huh? Not two of them. Hell no, these are highly aggressive dodos too. Nobody needs that in their life. What are the little shields for, Ram? They have like little shields. Oh my God, really? We're gonna do all that? We're gonna chase me like that? It's gonna be just like that, huh? Why won't the gun work? Nope. Oh shit. Turn my back to a wild boar. You guys never do that. Highly dangerous animals. Tasty when you're stuck on a desert island, I'm sure, but if you successfully block, you lose one shield. On the creature? Interesting. All right. And a successful block would go like that. And a dodge would go like that. Although it's not really a dodge, it's kind of a shuffle. You'd think without limber this guy looks, he could do like a roll dodge, huh? Not wearing any real armor. It's all right. What is burning down here? Okay, now let's say I wanted to shoot with my gun. I guess I can only do that if I'm... Hold Alt to aim. All right, another thing I'm going to remap. No. What? No. Apply. Yeah, Alt's a shitty button. That's a way better button. Alt's a terrible button because it's underneath this part of my hand. Because the way I hold my hand on the keyboard. So. But that's okay because it's totally remappable, so I could do whatever I want. Oh, did I die here? And is that what that is out there too? Is that where I drowned in the opening cutscene? Because I get the impression that I actually drowned. It's a long reload, Bubbles. Don't fool yourself. Oh, they're quick, too. Ah. What the hell settings do I have this on? Let's see. I do not know. Must be set when I make the character. That's probably how it works with this. Kill a boar and obtain its hide. Not a fucking chance with my skills. Yeah, well, I mean, it's just every game's a little bit different, you know? That's okay. I get it. I do not like this weapon system, though. I hit the button, and it doesn't do it. Maybe it's just user error. Come on, big boy. What if I go for a knee? Does that do anything extra? Knees are always really good. Did I somehow break his tether even though I was still doing damage? No bullets. All right, let's take it slow. Oh, you're gonna do that. That's fucked up what you did. Ram doesn't like it, and Bubbles doesn't like it either. Oh my god, my first successful kill. Does E pick that stuff up? Apparently it does. Okay. All right, real quick before we go and take on a boar, let's run back over here and see if it's possible to construct any gunpowder or bullets. Nails, stone axe, stone pickaxe, stone bullet. Not enough resources. So it is possible, though, if I get myself some stone. There's auto loot if you walk over it. Nice. Nice. All right, I got to find some rocks, Ram. Bear with me. Bear with me, you guys. Arcane says what? Just use gravity well on him. If only, Arcane. Probably best that we don't have gravity well in our pirate game. That's just some crazy... Oh, you said we could auto-loot? Not craftables, apparently. But it's got a pretty good radius on it, so no biggie. You can just run over it and tap the E. Oh, coconuts you could slap? Get out of here. Can I climb a tree? I got some coconuts. What a lovely bunch of coconuts. In honor of that, I'm going to chop down this coconut palm tree. Okay, it does break up. Nice. Trees have to have coconuts to fall off, I would imagine, though, huh, Ram? Looks like I got lucky with that first coconut tree. Because the rest of these are barren. Behold the fields where my coconuts lay fallow. Get the fuck out of here. Shut up. Wait a minute. How do I equip them? Accessories? No? Arcane, you're lying to me. I can definitely drink them, though. Coconut. How do I split the stack? Alt. Perfect. Okay. Da-da-dum, 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 da-bum. Ah, just ate it. Maybe my timing's off. Why does Bubbles sound like Sable Kane? She does have a throaty rasp, doesn't she? But I got more coconuts. Never fear. These coconuts go to 11. All right. Still need to make more ammo. And for that, I need more rocks, I'm sure. Rock, rock, paper, scissors, rock. Nope, stone bullets. All right, cool. So we're going to craft those. And then what? I don't see a recipe for whatchamacallit, gunpowder. So I guess we head down here and... Why is this back? New discoveries. G. New schematics. Healing potion. Nice. Probably should make some of those for sure. Key deliveries. Undead essence. Copper ingots. Copper ore. Alright, cool. Picking up what you're throwing down. Can I craft just from my inventory? Or do I need to use the bench? Maybe not that bench, maybe this bench? No. Boiled crab, though. I suppose I need to kill stuff before I successfully craft from their essences. Fine. Ammo's not the problem. Gunpowder is, I would take it, right? That sounds right. I saw Ram doing this on stream the other day. He was chopping up boats. Man, you can just find good wood anywhere. And nails. Have a feeling those are going to come in handy soon enough. I am holding it. Why is it not working? No bullets or gunpowder. Okay. Where'd the wounded one go, though? All the predators go after the wounded crops, the wounded prey animals. And I saw a wounded sow, so I'm going after it if I can find it. Oh. Got in a little trouble there, Mr. Bubbles. Oh! All right, fine. Fine. It's just going to take a little getting used to. Which just goes to show you, by the way, that just because it looks a little bit like Conan doesn't mean it plays exactly the same. Because I'm over on hard mode in my single-player Conan game from this weekend. I'm over here in normal, and I'm struggle busting, so... But I want my stuff. And I want all that too. Give me back my bullets. New discoveries available. Oh, you've learned how to make a backpack and some clothing. Very nice. Should probably do that rather than take our newfound fury out on wild boars. What is happening in my pocket? There's a bubbleism for you. Man, I'm just getting a ton of messages. They all look like spam. None are using the correct code phrase, so I can freely ignore them. Feels like more like Enshrouded, huh? Okay. I like Enshrouded a lot. However, I find that lately when I've downloaded it and played it for a little bit, I don't know, it doesn't have that same magic that I had the first time I played it, which was with 5 friends every single Saturday and Sunday for like 5 straight weeks. And we went from 1 to 25 and crafted gear for each other and successfully navigated the towers and all of the zones up until that point. So it's rough to be motivated to play it. It doesn't have the same feeling tactile feeling for me that makes me come back over and over again to like a Bethesda game or Conan Exiles for whatever reason. But the story's great. It's a fantastic game. And playing it with friends is always awesome. Guess I could make a repair kit? Sure, why not? Craft new boots. How would I do such a thing? This is the whole of my recipes, right? And I don't see an option to craft a different bench. Let's see. Do I have a different workbench that I could craft? Kill a boar, start a bonfire, craft new boots. Okay, yeah, I feel ya. Bubbles McGregor. Ridiculous name for a pirate. I love it. Okay. At some point, I need to craft boots. I'm guessing I'm going to use the boar leather since it's the next stage of that chain. Peak, you stop it. You stop it. I've already fallen for Arcane's trickery when it came to the coconuts. I shan't fall for yours. One of the things about Conan was the appeal of the exile idea. You come from somewhere, but it's not specific. Right, and all the different races facilitated that as well. Like you could create a role play like, I was a merchant of Shem. I miss my daughter in Belsavis. You can have the last of my water. I always played a Vendahan. The people that are most like, well, let's not get into that. Each of those races, if you've read the Howard books, could probably be called predecessors of people from different ethnic groups around the world today. Let's put it that way. And they're all awesome. And they all had crazy gods that you could make altars for. It was cool. Seniors play Armor Workbench. Thanks, seniors. Trouble is, I have no idea how to construct. Oh, building mode. That's what I was missing. I had to do that the other day when I installed this and made this little camp. But I had completely forgotten about it since it had been since Thursday of last week. Open the catalog. Disassembly. Oh, cool. Got a disassembly. Workbench. Tools. Armor. Not enough resources. I need more coarse fabric. Okay. And I'm going to make coarse fabric like I was doing from plant fiber. Because of course I will. Thank you, Seniors Play 2. I appreciate you. That helped. Because I get talking and it's hard to pay attention to both things enough. And it's easy to miss stuff, especially like that. So, well, if you're me anyway. I mean, your mileage may vary, obviously. 7. Let's pull that out, I guess. Yeah, that gives me plant fiber. Better than just scratching at it, I guess. I always played Harkonnen. I don't know how you say some of these. Harkanian? Is that how it's said? I have never streamed Conan. I have played 2,000 hours of Conan, and we used to run private servers with a partner, Blitz servers, where you'd spend like the week after work building up your base, all that kind of stuff, and then on Saturday and Sunday we would raid each other's bases. But it was by invite. It was completely curated. We were all friends. We were all in the Discord. And we'd start new ones like every 8 weeks. It was cool. So that's where I learned to never really pay all that much attention or take too seriously like a character build or a save file. You know, it's like, oh, well, starting a new game in 8 weeks. Server wipe, start fresh. And like the grind to 50 became part of it, you know. So there are arguments for the other way, of course. Melissa, for example, likes to just keep one character, build up her bases. She also prefers just, what do they call it? Creative mode. Just go in, spawn whatever material she needs, build to her heart's content, tweak that. She's not interested in the fighting. She'll roll her eyes and do the dungeons with me if I ask her to, but she definitely isn't interested in that aspect of it, which is fine. Give me all those. Cool. Okay, so we've got those, and now we can make... We've got plenty of coarse fabric. And... how was I in build mode before? It's not that. There it is. Armor bench. Wait, didn't I just make it? Take all. I gotta take it out of the bench. So obvious. I see it now. Roof required. Well, now you're messing with the aesthetic of my whole beach bum washed on shore thing. All right. This is like Valheim. I've got to make a roof. Okay. We'll figure it out. B to open that. Right click to open the catalog. Floors and walls. Foundation. Oh my God. It's a full building adventure. Oh, look at all those variants. How do I move something or destroy something I've previously built? I fat finger it. Oh, toggle destroy. Perfect. Thank you. And says Z, move up and down. Oh, okay, I see. That's great, but what I'm actually looking for, building options. No? Yeah, you can do multi-level structures. Sure. But what I want to do now is I want to just pick up that bench and set it up on top of the floor here. You know what I mean? So, and you know, it's not entirely obvious to me exactly how I should do that. Crafting and utilities, storages and beds. I just want to move something. Building options. That's great, but There's got to be a way to just have my building menu open without trying to make or destroy something. Maybe if I toggle destroy, I guess I can just destroy it. I don't know. It seems bizarre to me. I need a roof. The beach bum aesthetic will win out, you guys. That's all there is to it. Oh, man. Too quick on the draw. And roof. Oh, you son of a bitch. You're gonna make me build a slope roof? I wonder if that would count. No, I probably better do it their way or I'm gonna be punished. I shall be punished. Survivor's boots. Okay. So what have I accomplished here today, my friends? I've made survival's boots that I did not take out of the machine. How do these things keep happening to you, Bubbles? Well, there we go. These are pretty nice boots. Were just thrown together on the beach. Apparently these are fine to sit in the sand, so we'll leave it at that. We'll clean this mess up a little bit if we can. Oh, you're weird and small. I don't know about that. Well, we'll call it a window. Let a little ventilation through. Oh, look at that. You can totally fill it in. All right, I'm picking up what you're throwing down. It's definitely a crafting survival thing, Raven. I mean, some people really love this kind of stuff, and I love this kind of stuff. I find it very relaxing, but a good one has plenty of combat and dungeons and lore and puzzles and stuff. So I don't know how this is going to be, but it's got a character creator. I mean, look, I was able to make this ridiculously ratty version of Bubbles. Bubbles McGregor, former captain, covered just head to toes with shitty sailor tattoos from like the 18th century. Dressed in rags. I've got a pistol, black powder that shoots rocks, and I've got a sword, and I'm getting the hang of the combat, sort of. I don't want to turn it down. I want to leave it on normal. It's a survival life. Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. It doesn't have to be like a grim, dark, heavy-duty survival game, because I'll be honest, I don't enjoy those much compared to things like Conan, which I would consider a survival life. And the reason why I say that is because Conan has other things going for it that make it more interesting for me between my ears. You know, nothing wrong with a survival game that leans in another direction. If that's what you're into. But for me, I like something I could wrap my brain around, tell a story with it, even if it's just for me. Doom was the same way, although I think you could eventually die of thirst in Doom. Can't remember. It's been a while. What else can we make? Gloves would require more hides. Bandanas, obviously more hides. Pants, more hides. So everything needs more hides. 3, 2, 5, 7. I need 11 more hides. And I can put a worker on the bench? Does this have like a thrall system like Conan? That's cool. The movement feels real good, which is super important to me. Can I swim? Hold Alt to swim. Right. Can I go underwater? Oh, hunger's getting me. Okay. Why am I drowning? I don't understand that at all. Okay. My head was above water the whole time. I can't possibly be drowning. Yeah, there's some stuff that I would have to get used to for sure. But Ram's got it. Peak's got it. So I should be able to play with some friends and see how that goes. That'll be fun. What else? Yeah, I can't really say too much more about it offhand at this moment, only because this is as far as I've gotten so far. But I'm intrigued enough to keep going. It's a stamina thing, huh? Okay, fair enough. The scroll wheel, the mouse wheel doesn't cycle through my various... I guess I'm just going to have to stand in proximity to my bonfire to rest? Is that how this works? Is it an MMO? No. No, it's single player with co-op. And then you could also join a server that they have in the list, kind of like Conan. Or you can, I would imagine, play on a private server or make a private server and share it out with your friends. Let me take a look here before I misspoke. Because I think, if I remember correctly, I was amazed when I first installed this because, like Conan, it has Windrose dedicated server tools. So, in other words, there's a program I can download on Steam. I can't show it to you guys because I don't have that set up for this stream like that. But there's a program, a tool, a server tool, if you will, that you can run so that you can create a server on like another box, like I'm going to be doing for Conan, and then run it. Your friends could log into it just as if it was any other multiplayer server on the internet with an IP address and a password and all that kind of stuff. So I like that. I love that. And Shrouded's the same way. Doom was not the same way. You could rent a server from a hosting company, but as of the time that I was playing it anyway, there were no tools to build your own servers. Their argument was that because of the deep desert and the different maps and the cities which were common to multiple instances of the game, if you will, that you couldn't really host all that yourself locally. I don't know. That was the way it was at that time. So, but most of these type of games have this kind of setup where you can play single player offline on your own computer. You can, which is what I'm doing right now. You can play co-op, and I think I could take this character and join a friend like later on. If I get a little time, I could jump in with Ram and chase him around with like a squirt gun or something, or whatever passes for that in this game. But don't quote me, I don't know for sure. Might have to create a new character on his server. That sometimes works like that. That's the way Conan works. What else? I've got an ugly box on the beach, you guys. I'm so nostalgic right now. I made an ugly box on the beach. This will all have to change. I'll work on this offline. Or I'll make Mel a cup of coffee on Saturday morning and sit her down at my computer and go, can you figure out this building system for me? I don't understand it. I need it for a video. Please? And she'll go like, oh. And in like 20 or 30 minutes, she'll be like, should I get this? Oh, maybe. Beach box Bambles. Beach box Bambies. Nice. Yeah, but anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm not going to keep on going like this. I have stuff that I have to do at 4 o'clock. I know Ram's going to be streaming in 11 minutes or so. So what I'd like to do, since I don't have shouty outies, is I'd like to give you all a link to Ram's channel. If you don't know yet, you'll know, because that's important. Let's go to channel on Ram. I'm going to put a link in the chat for later for anybody reading that. And then I'm going to stay... Bro, I just got here. Yeah, it was just a little test, Yvonne. Just doing a little test. I have to get more into this game, but I definitely need more time. I tell you what, I'm going to play until Ram goes so I can raid my people over to Ram. I'm going to try that out. I've never been able to do that before. But I'm going to get up and stir my chili real quick, so I'll be right back. All right, you guys got a funky look at the background there? Okay. We have returned. Let's do a little more fighting. What is the next thing? Copper ore in the nearest cave. Well, shit. I just so happen to have a pick. I just have to find a cave. Yes, fortunately, the chili just needed to break the boil. I already had all the seasonings and stuff measured out, chopped up, and in a little dish. Poured that in, got it nice and stirred, turned it down. It'll simmer for another little bit for sure. And then I have to bake some cornbread, and you know how it goes. It's all those things. This looks like the kind of place where you'd find a cave, for sure. All right, I want to try something. Can I climb? Okay, cannot climb like Conan. That's a bummer. Can't swim underwater either, as near as I can tell. But that could be less than 100% accurate. I may not know how to do it, like push C or something when I'm swimming. What are you? Some kind of lichen? All right, seriously though, guys, why is it always dark whenever I stream now? Do you have any idea how hard it is to be me and see in the dark? Nice. The build anywhere is cool, and that's a nice variation. As you'll eventually see in my Conan adventures, I'm the type of guy who goes in a straight line, runs, dives off things, catches them in midair, climbs over to a ledge, pops down, does a thing, jumps, dives off again, catches a ledge in midair. I love the feeling of the movement in that game in the same way that I love the feeling of the movement in Fallout 76 with my jetpack and in Starfield with my jetpack. And in Enshrouded, I have glider packs, which are really cool, and grapple hooks, which are really cool, and I love the movement in that. But my preference is 100% for the feeling that I get as a big hunking barbarian, running, jumping, climbing, skittering over, dropping down, checking something out, jumping off, catching on a tree, sliding down, running, you know, that kind of thing. It's just, I don't know what it is. There's something about it that is just magical to my little pea brain. So it's that, yeah, it's the, well, the action combat can be a part of it too, for sure. Part of the traversal, right? But in those games specifically, I'm talking about traversal. So I'm too early in this to know whether or not I'm not going to be able to find something like that in here that's going to tickle my brain in the same way. But I like it so far. It's fun. And it was cheap. 25 bucks. I know 25 bucks is 25 bucks. I get it. Totally. But it looks like a bargain to me because I like these kind of games a lot. And I buy 1 or 2 a year, you know, so. Most I never come back to after I play them initially. Enshrouded I came back to. Conan, gone back to multiple times. Time to make copper ingots. Devon says, best way to hunt in Conan. Yeah, magical. There's something that makes the inner child in me, the 5-year-old, the 8-year-old, the 11-year-old, whatever it is, just go squee! And it's the jetpacks in Starfield and Fallout 76, and the running, jumping, climbing, brachiating that's in Conan Exiles. It's magic. I don't even know how to describe it. Now, that's very subjective. Not everyone is going to feel the same way about those games that I do, and for the same reason. That's fine. But those are my reasons. Yeah, this game's great so far. I love it. I have no issues whatsoever. I was mildly disappointed I couldn't climb, but I can build anywhere, and I'm thinking in my head, oh my God, what does that look like? You know, that's very different than, especially when I run servers and we're like, okay, you know, there's 28 of us on this server in this Discord who are active. We have to set a couple of ground rules for how big you're, otherwise people will build like the Great Wall of, you know, whatever, to such an extent that other people won't be able to enjoy or play on the server. And they don't always do it on purpose, but they fucking do it, trust me. There's my bonfire. Way down there, okay. I can't wait for the ships. See, now here's the thing. Now, Pete, you're talking my language. I was watching Ren the other day, and I love my little brother from another mother. I know he calls that shit, what does he call it? He's got a word for it, and he's not wrong. You know, we form closer friendships because of games like this than are probably warranted given how well we actually know each other in real life. But that's the nature of the beast, right? But I love him dearly. But he was talking about how on the ships he had to turn his whole like aiming body to hit a ship, and then he had to, you know, and it was disorientating for him. But I was watching that watching the combat play out in like 3 dimensions, 4 dimensions. The time component too, as he moved through the map and the sea and the air and the other ships and where they were placed, and he was shooting and he was turning and shooting with his cannons in this game, and he was sailing through the sea, and I could see that he could move his camera around if he wanted and still control that aiming, you know, cursor basically, that line for the cannonballs. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, look at that. That's really cool. That looks fun to play. I bet I'm gonna like that. And so I want to master that. So that's one of the reasons why I went ahead and paid the 25 bucks or whatever it was, and bought the game. Because I wanted to master that particular thing. The thing that he didn't particularly care for, which is fine. In fact, it's better when you're playing with friends and you're doing multiplayer stuff if people specialize a little bit. But not everybody can be the builder. Not everybody's the architect. Everybody thinks they're the architect. I am not the architect or the decorator. Galen, you hired me, but a day before we sailed, so allow me to introduce myself once again. Galen Skelton, a ship's surgeon. I am truly delighted you survived. Okay, got a little dialogue choices here. Nice. Well, this is one hell of a surprise. Likewise, Captain, I don't think anyone else made it. After the boarding, the pirates dragged me to their camp to stitch wounds and treat hangovers. Fortunately, I managed to commandeer a boat and escape. You have a boat? A boat? Do you have a boat? Luckily, I ran into you. Sticking together gives us a fighting chance. Please let me stay at your camp. All right, make yourself comfortable, but I've got a few questions. I'll gladly tell you everything I can. Do you know where we are, Doctor? Not far from Tortuga. Ooh, the pirate kingdom. In one of those nameless islands used by runaways and smugglers. I doubt this scrap of a land is even marked on the charts. All right? I came here by boat, but it will not get us to Tortuga. These waters are crawling with pirates. They would sink us the moment they saw us. Do you know anything about the strange markings on my body, Doctor? Well, how often do you visit brothels? Hey, come on, easy now. Easy. That's a very, very personal question to ask a captain and a sailing man. At least buy me a bottle of rum before you start asking me about my brothel habits. I knew a fellow once caught all manner of things there once even a wife. Stop it. I take it they appeared after the pirate attack. Tell me if you feel unwell, even if it's only a case of dizziness. Galen, I do not want to be left alone on this island. Any ideas on how we get out of here? Not far from here, I saw a few ships run aground. Some of them still look salvageable. Even so, managing the repairs with just the two of us will be a tall task. Miracles do indeed happen, but without a cup of coffee, I'm hardly capable of them. Same, brother. Same. Oh my God, Renfail coming in with like a bunch of gift subs. Dude, that's awesome. All right, continue. Thank you, Renfail. That's badass. You rock, my friend. That's gonna make my chili and cornbread so much sweeter. The pirates took many prisoners, not just me. We must free them. Then we can help repair a ship and return us to civilization. All right, if we must. Rescuing the crew. Look at that, folks. Old Bubbles McGregor has himself a ship doctor. Oh, man. You didn't have to do that, dude, but I love that you did. That was really cool. Put a huge stupid grin on my face. That's awesome. All right, I've got a ship's doctor. I've got a beach box Bambi hut shack thing. I can no more make myself a pair of gloves than I can make a cup of coffee, but you know, we're getting there. We're starting out strong. How lovely is this? Okay, so here's the deal, folks. Like I said at the top of the stream and all of those things, as much as I appreciate you, Rinfail, I have stuff I have to do this afternoon. One of those is to go watch my friend Rameth stream this. He's got about 20, 25 hours on me. And eventually I plan on joining Ram and Peak and, you know, maybe Ren if he's still doing it. You know, some people and just having some fun in multiplayer, trying that out. I'm going to learn more about this game, more about the building. I'm going to talk my girlfriend into possibly teaching me how to build better with it, since she's a natch at that. Con my friend Raven into teaching me how to decorate, maybe. She can give me directions from the sidelines even if she doesn't play. But I've had a great afternoon. I'm going to get back to my chili and cornbread. I will be over in Rameth's chat. Now bear with me, guys. I have never done this because I never had the power to do it. But technically, I could send somebody off to Ram's stream. So let's see if I can figure out how that works. That would be ideal. I guess first I better make sure that Ram is indeed streaming. Rameth! But I have had a great time. My first time playing Windrose. I think it's going to be super fun. And I can't wait to play some more. Rameth is in fact live. Cool. Okay, so Rameth is live. He's playing Windrose. And now I have to figure out how to raid with it. Off to nap in peace. All right, buddy. Hey, before you go, if you're still there, tell me how to raid people. I'm not really sure how it's done. Let's see. Set up an overlay. No, we don't want to do that. That would be ridiculous. Pop out the dashboard. I mean, we could. Manage. Perfect. Got a few viewers we could send his way if we could just figure it out. God, I really don't know. I guess I should have practiced learning this part of it before. Gee, Ram, I apologize, buddy. I'll learn how to do it again before I stream next, I promise. I don't mind raiding out to people that I know really well and trust that they're awesome for my community and my friends. So, but in this particular case, I don't know how to do it. So I'm going to just pull up his video here. There he is. And I'm going to share that video in my chat. So you guys, go check out Ram. I'm going to call it for the afternoon. I may come back later, do some more after Mel goes to bed. But we've got pre-existing plans, so I need to jump off and just be I'm going to promote myself to spectator in Ram's channel. Thanks again, Renfail, for those gifted subs. You rock, my friend. Thanks again, everybody who came in tonight or this afternoon and watched me play a little bit. That was super cool. Just trying out something new, and you guys showed up, and I appreciate every single one of you. Go forth and kick much ass. Watch Ram, and I'll talk to you guys the next time.